everyone, my name is Eric Hopkins. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, Star Wars: The Bad Batch Season 3 is coming to Disney Plus next Wednesday. I believe it's on February 21st, if I'm not mistaken. And recently they released a trailer that featured a character that seemingly died in the Star Wars timeline. Now, the character of Asajj Ventress, who played a pivotal role in the Clone Wars animated series, which is outstanding, by the way. If you've not seen the Clone Wars animated series. Go check it out on Disney Plus. There, it's a great show. Star Wars Rebels, all the Star Wars animation that has been really well done. That's why I'm excited for the Marvel animation and the DC animation to kind of start integrating into their main storylines because Star Wars has already done a great job of that. But the Asajj Ventress character, who was a kind of a dark Jedi kind of thing, was being trained by Count Dooku, and of course, she eventually broke off on her own and became like a bounty hunter and things like that. Well, they had when Disney bought Star Wars, the Clone Wars series was canceled not long after that, and there was a couple seasons even that they didn't complete all the episodes, and there was a particular story arc that was not completed but had begun being worked on, known as the Dark Disciple arc. Now that arc became a novel known that was entitled Dark Disciple, and in that novel, Asajj Ventress dies at the hand of Count Dooku after falling in love for Jedi Quinlan Voss, and she gets struck by Dooku's lightning, and with the trailer of the Bad Batch being released, it kind of threw a lot of fans off. Like, how is Asajj Ventress coming back if the novels are considered canon, as they said from the get go? Well, this is why I've kind of fallen off on reading some of the novels. Not that they're going to be contradicted or anything, because obviously this report is saying that the novels are still going to be, adhered to, and this is not going to contradict what happened in that novel. They are bringing back Asajj Ventress somehow from the dead, and the article here from the direct also mentions how the writer and producer of Star Wars: The Bad Batch has even indicated that Asajj Ventress could actually be used in projects going forward and continuing her storyline, which don't get me wrong, I'm all for it because I love the Asajj Ventress character. But to me, if you're going to cancel the Clone Wars story arcs and you're not going to actually go back and reanimate those arcs, I just feel like it takes away from the stories that you're telling because you're treating them as canon, but you're not giving us the visual representation of them. I understand a lot of people love the novels. I'm not against the novels being canon or anything like that, but I just feel like if it's an important story element, that you need to animate those. Like Mother Townsend, another character from the Clone Wars, who was a Dathomir witch, who was kind of a mother figure to Asajj Ventress. She was also killed off in a Darth Maul comic that they did for because they were unable to complete the Darth Maul storyline. After he was captured by Darth Sidious and things like that. So I just feel like when you're killing off characters that are in some sort of media that is not the animated show or the on screen as we'd like to see them, it just takes away from it a bit. Now, like I said, this article also mentions how Asajj Ventress is they're not going to contradict the novel, so you can still consider the novel as canon. But then it's going to be like, okay, well, how we bring it? I mean, obviously, Star Wars is not averse to bringing back characters from the dead. They've done that many times before. I'm hoping they do that with Cad Bane at the end of the Book of Boba Fett. They actually teased that he was dead, but I don't know if he is or not. But Star Wars, I know comic books have done this for years, are constantly bringing back dead characters. At some point, it just makes the stakes not mean anything. But I mean, like I said, I'm a fan of the Asajj Ventress character. I just want to know exactly how they're going to do it. And they're talking like that even in season 3 of the Bad Batch, they may not fully explain how they're going to bring the character back, as that story could unravel over more projects and things as well that involve her. Which again, I understand that you're drawing out the story and you're telling it, in depth more than you would just be explaining it on a whim. But I'm just I don't know, maybe it's some sort of Dathomirian witch type things, I mean, that's always a thing. That's kinda how they brought Darth Maul back in the Clone Wars series, even though he kinda kept himself alive using the Force, but in order to, like, reestablish his legs that were cut off, from the torso down in, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, they explained it with some Dathomirian witchcraft, so you could do the same thing here with, Asajj Ventress. I've heard the book possibly might have even hinted at a possibility of a way of them doing that, but we'll have to wait and see what they do. I'm just curious at this point where they're going with it. Obviously, I'm excited for the Bad Batch season 3. I think it's going to probably break our hearts because not many of those characters survive beyond that point. So I'm interested to see how they tie all this up in the final season. But the real question here is, guys, what do you guys think about the fact that Star Wars is bringing back the Asajj Ventress character after they seemingly killed her off? Are they going to kind of pull some witchcraft, or are they going to just kind of ignore that the book ever happened? They're saying they're not going to do that, so I'm trusting them there to live up to their word. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And until my next video, guys, God bless and take care.